Hey guys, Wheatywaffle here today, and we are back in Lethe in City Skylines 2, and I'm really pumped. I upgraded my graphics card, so I've got a brand new graphics card. She looks much nicer. I will say I'm noticing now that I'm kind of just being a bit more mindful of my just computer's performance. Now that we've hit 90,000 folk or so, the GPU, or excuse me, the CPU is struggling a little bit. It's not struggling. That's not true. It's just at 100%. Temps look good, but I'm realizing there might be a limit to how far this city can go until I do another upgrade of the computer. So we'll see. We're going to keep playing this until I just can't anymore. But I think the graphics look really nice. I can zoom out pretty far and still see all of the houses. Like if you remember, we got to like this far and houses would disappear. I've just got much better view up here. Things just look smoother and prettier. So very excited about it. All right, I've made a few updates since the last part from your guys' feedback. One, I added in some parking lots over here, so we have better parking. I changed the dead ends here to little roundabouts. For now, I just did the small roundabout, no tree or anything, but it did give us a few extra. You can see places are still moving in. A few extra buildings here, looks cute. I did notice that we have a large number of people that use this road. They come off the train, they walk this path, and you'll see it once we get another train that comes through. It's kind of wild. Like the number of people that get over here is pretty gnarly. Decent number of people who are training back and forth, and it's causing a lot of pedestrian traffic here. So that's something we'll try to address today, which makes sense, right? They're all coming down here to live and move back to their homes. I did also, in honor of the city of Bangalore in India, I did change, per a suggestion, the colors of our subway lines again. So we have a purple and a green. Not purple and blue, purple and green, which are the two colors of the subway lines in Bangalore. Oh wow, 500 people. That's great. What I want to focus on today is I would like to do a little bit of a rework of our bus network. If we just go and we look at buses, we have a bus line that's here. It's not really set up in the best place. It's just fine where it's at. There could be some additional bus work happening in here. I'm realizing this yellow line just isn't really doing what I think I want it to do. And I think everything over here for now, I'm happy with what we've got. There could be potentially some more connections, but this is decent. It's the downtown that needs some work, and we have nothing over here in Fawn. So I think this is where I want to start. I did a bit of just kind of zooming around and planning in advance, and I think I've decided that what I would like to do is get rid of this tiny little side street here. It's Fairview Lane, and it goes through a few blocks and then just comes over here to where we've got our pedestrian pathway into our station here. I think we're going to get rid of this road here. We're going to get rid of this road. We're going to get rid of this small park. And we're going to get rid of this parking lot. Sorry, everybody. You all got to move your cars. What I would like to place over here is the bus station. I'm really bad with using things like this. So I'm very excited to finally try my hand at using the bus station. I think this is good because it doesn't interrupt any of the buildings. We only removed one little building here. And I don't think it causes much of an issue with any of the zoning, which is even better. Now, this might be not the way that this works, but what I would like to do is we have this path here. I'm going to try to bring this path just like along the edge here. Again, doesn't mean it works this way. I don't know if the people will walk off their bus onto this path, if they can even connect here, but we're going to pretend they can. We're going to try. This yellow line here that goes from essentially Sunset Springs all the way into the Kersey line. I mean, it's got a lot of usage, but this has to go. We're going to rework that line today. I think the Kersey A and B, I think both of these could go as well. I think we're going to rework those. Nobody is using Hawthorne B. Where is Hawthorne B? Where is even Hawthorne? Manor? Elizabeth. Coleridge. Hawthorne Heights. Oh, that's one of these. For now, just leave it. I'm not that pressed about it. I think I am also going to get rid of this green one. I think I want to change this Crestview Belmont connection. So delete that line. We have one going this way. That's our subway. Belmont Fairview. Here's Belmont. Fairview is over there. So this is doing that loop. Leave that alone. That's fine with me. And then what is this one? This is Belmont Fairview connection. This is the Riverside connection. Yeah, we'll leave both of those for now. I'm not going to get too crazy with those. And this might be crazy, but I'm going to delete all of these old bus stops because I think for me to do this right, I want to be able to just reimagine the bus stop, the bus network over here completely. And if I'm leaving the old bus stops, I think I'm just setting myself up to just remake what I already had. So delete this, delete this. There's a lot of them. Goodness gracious. I think we got the rest. We now have this central bus station, and we want to have a lot of lines come into the bus station to make it somewhat of a kind of transportation hub. And the reason I like this is because you can take this path and walk right up and over into this train line, which has access to, I believe, almost every train we have in our city. And literally 2 blocks down is a subway line. So it's easy connection to both our train network and our subway network. See, guys? Recently, I've been doing a little bit of planning in advance of these episodes, and I just have to say, I feel so much more prepared when I sit down to record. All right, the first line I want to have is going to service Sunset Springs. Now, we have a metro station over here. We don't really need access to that for pedestrians or for our residents. Oh, autosave. And then this here is still a little bit polluted, but it is going to slowly grow. We have a metro, which goes along 2 different spots here in our Sunset Springs. I think we could benefit from having a bus line that goes maybe through this central area here and does a connection to maybe around this bus stop or this metro stop. And I would say even comes down this way. So let's do this. Let's kind of mirror part of our metro right here. We're going to go right here in front of the metro. We're going to bring it right on down. I'm going to go right here. Then we're going to make this turn. It's going to go up into here. It's going to come over to here. And I know that like these are pretty close together, but it's a bus. It has the ability to make those kinds of stops repeatedly. And then we want to get it back up into here. So I think we're going to do a 3rd bus stop right here. Make the turn. I'll skip this, but we will go to here. Go forward. Do we stop again? I don't think it's necessary. I think we'll go in and then go right into here. It's going to come back out of the bus station. We'll stop here this time. We'll go straight down. We will come down to... Yeah, no, we'll do this one. Yep, we're going to go there. We're going to go there. We're going to turn. Here we don't need to do both. These are very close together, so we'll do one that's in the middle. Right? I'm just going to place it right in front of these buildings. It's a small block. It cuts off all of the parking there anyway, so it's not a big deal. It'll curve around here, stop here by the elementary school that we have right here, as well as by the crematorium. It's going to then make this curve here, and I think we will stop right there. We'll come up, we'll stop right here. And then from here, it's going to just do a little turnaround and go back this way. All right. Let's go ahead and set up this first line. Someone told me the best way to do this, which I guess doesn't really apply for buses, but it definitely would apply for, trains and metros. Take your first stop, go all the way to where you want this stop to end. So we're going to have it end here. Actually, it'll stop here as the first one. And then bring it back, right? Bam. So we now have this loop. What we're going to do is we're going to then drag to each of the next stops we want to make. Let's see how we like this means of laying out the line. Bring this to here. Bring this to here. Then on the way back down, it does need to stop here. I would like for it to go this direction. Okay, great. Then this needs to go here. This needs to go here. I don't want you using that road. That's a tiny little alley. Please use this road if you can. This one will go here. That is a pretty decent distance. So I'm going to add one more here because again, a lot of this is residential. So the closer I can get you to your home, the better off we'll be. And then this will go to here and you can turn around there. That's phenomenal. All right, so we now have this line here, the first one in our bus station. Let's go ahead and give it a name. That is the Sunset Springs. We're just gonna call all these spurs. I don't know if that's technically what they are or not, but they're all spurring from the bus station here. And actually, is this Kersey? It is. Let's also just name this Kersey Bus Station. There will be a parking fee. No, there won't. Yeah, there will. There will be a parking fee. I like that. We have the Sunset Springs Spur that's coming out of there. That's beautiful. So now we've kind of addressed this area. It doesn't solve down here, but this is only like a block or two. So I do think you could walk over and get on the bus station or the buses from there. Now, next bus line, I want to have it come through this central area. And if we look, let me back out here. Sunset Street, which ironically doesn't even go into Sunset Springs. Like Sunset Springs over here, Sunset Street goes here. That's kind of ridiculous. Sunset Street does need some love. We have a major backup here, by the way, which is stemming all the way through the highway. Let's see if we can do anything about this. That just gives us a bit extra room for people to get off the road there. I know expanding highways doesn't always solve traffic, but we're going to pretend in this moment that it does. Does this have a light or a stop sign? Let's give this a light. I think that's going to help a lot. And I think we're going to give this a light, and we're going to give this a light. All three of those. Okay, back to the buses. So we have our bus line that's going over to Sunset Springs. The next bus line I think I want to make is going to go all the way along Sunset Street, I believe is what it was called. This is one of the only roads that goes kind of from both ends of the train. So there's nothing further to the left of this, and there's nothing further to the right of this can connect to. So we can utilize these bus stations or bus stops we already have. We're going to take... It'll come out from here, it's going to turn here. So we're going to do a bus stop here at this corner. We'll go up 2 blocks. We'll do a bus stop here at this corner. This is all just residential at the moment. I know there's a school right here. Great. We'll do another 2 blocks, which puts the bus stop right above the subway station and next to a community pool. And then we're going to do another 2 buses, or another 2 blocks, 1, 2, and that'll put us over here along the train line here. So now we've got a little line connecting into Crestview some. This is going to want to turn around and go this direction. So I'm going to place another bus stop right in front of the community pool. We'll go 2 forward and stop here, 2 forward and stop on this side of the 4 lane. We'll then come straight down. We'll pop back into here and then go out and stop here, continue forward and stop here. There's a large underground parking lot here. Ooh, anarchy's on. A large underground parking lot here that we're going to access. We're going to come forward once more. And then we're going to turn around and we're going to do 1 stop here. There are paths right here that connect to our train station, which also has a subway and taxis. So I think this gives us a great spot to have additional connectivity for this entire line. All right, we're gonna go from, do we need another? I think we need another one here as well. Going to the north, or going to the right. All right, so we're gonna go from, let's change this color. Let's make this, I mean, there's like a nice fun like little, let's make it like a weird, oh, you know what? Let's make this like a fun like orangey color. Or a really, really funky yellow. I'm cool with that. All right. So you're going to go from here over to here. Go up to here. We're going to skip this on this this direction, right? We're going to hit that on the way back down. Stop here. Stop here. Stop here. Loop back around. All right, I will say it might have been easier to just do the start finish and then do the dragging in the middle. Now here, we're going to stop right next to the other one. And we want it to turn in just like so. And then it's going to come out and come right back over. Perfect. Stop here. Skip all this. Stop here. Stop down here by those residents and then go right back there. Fantastic. So now we've got another line that is kind of shooting through the central area here. In some way, it mirrors this subway line, which I like, but it also is cutting through the spur, and it's got a lot of shared access with Sunset Springs. So even if in this heavily dense area, you don't have to wait for just one bus. There's 2 buses that service the most dense portion of our downtown, which is great. What was the name of this road? Sunset Street. I think we named this Summit Street because it's really going through Summit Hill. So Summit Street. And then I think what we do is we just give this guy a new name. Summit Street line. I think this is the Sunset Springs line. Okay, that's yellow. Sunset Spring line already has 54% usage with 173 passengers, which is phenomenal. And these zeros, we might come back because I'm dedicating buses to things that people are not using. So I'm half tempted just to say, screw it. You know what? I am going to say it. Screw it. I want those buses for other things. So you can't have those. Hawthorne Loop. Or, you know what, just Hawthorne line. Hawthorne Heights line. I'm realizing now, too, we've got a lot of alliteration in some of these titles. The next bus that I'm going to want to connect into here is going to need to, we've now kind of covered Sunset Springs. We've covered the section here of Summit Hill, but Linden Crest has never had a bus. And I think that Linden Crest would benefit from being able to connect up into the city. And just give us a bit more connectivity here. I am tempted too to consider giving this maybe a bit more lanes, or do we send the next set of buses down a separate road? I think we maybe send it down a second road. If the buses come out of here, they turn here, they continue straight to maybe here. And then they continue straight to here and turn here so they can stop in front of the park as well as across the street from City Hall. They're going to come down this way and stop in front of this other park as well. If you got off this stop, you're only a block from the train station and the metro, which is fantastic. Then we're going to curve down this direction. There's no development here, so no need to stop. But we are going to stop kind of in the heart of Linden Crest. Scoot on up here, stop here next to our school as well as our park. It's gonna loop back around. This is pretty residential. It's not a huge area either, so I think it can loop around pretty easily. We'll stop on the opposite side of this road and we'll stop on the opposite side of here, and that's all it needs over there in Linden. And then here I think we're gonna do another stop on this in this area. It's going to help service some of these buildings too, which have no other connectivity. It's going to come back up here, and instead of sharing these sets of bus stops, I want to create some new bus stops just so that we're spreading out some of this traffic. This intersection might get a bit dicey, but that's okay. All right, Let's do the other way we had this going. We're going to go from... Give this like a salmon color is not bad. All right, go from here. Ultimately, this is going to be going into this station. And then it's going to come all the way back around to here. That's the loop. Now, this needs to also stop here. It needs to also stop here. It needs to stop here, as well as here, as well as here, and then goes in. Fantastic. Then the way back needs to stop here, here, here. This is actually a much easier way to set these lines up. I cannot recall who recommended this, but thank you for the suggestion, because this is far easier. This I really should just be able to stay on the same road. There's no reason for it to turn. And then you go here, and you can do a little loop around there. That's perfect. It gives access to these folks. They only have to walk a block. These guys have access to another separate line, which is completely different. We will come back and maybe help them out. Get rid of that for now. All right, that line, we are going to call this, I think this is the Linden Crest line. Great. So now we have another connection going down that direction. And again, just giving more stops and more access to the densest part of our city. If we look, Sunset Springs line has got 53 folks. The Summit Street line already has 210 or 52% usage, which is now in contention to beat out Belmont Fairview connection, which has been one of our most successful bus lines. This guy's brand new. We'll let that sit and see how that goes. Now I think what we need to do is we have added in a kind of, I guess, east to west line here that goes through Kersey and Crestview, but I have removed a major line that was connecting this direction. Before I do anything with that, I'm looking at kind of how the Belmont Fairview line ends, and this is just ridiculous. We stop here, we then cross over ourselves and loop back around and stop there. I just think that we can maybe make this a bit better, and I almost want to terminate the Belmont Fairview connection into the transportation hub, and I think we can do that without causing too much craziness. No other lines, at least at this point, share connections with the Belmont Fairview line. We've got this road coming up here. You stop here, you go about 2 blocks, you stop here. Then what I think happens is you're going to go over to here and stop, autosave, stop right here. So then you can go up and in, come back down and out. When you come out, you're going to stop right here, which is at the parking lot, which connects to our university. And before going back down this direction, we could send you right down here. Actually, I think I might do that. I'm going to send you right down here. You're going to stop right here. It's going to delete that building. That's okay. You're going to continue on straight, and you're going to stop right here before going underneath the ground again. So now let's make some changes to this line. Get rid of this, stop, move that connection point to here. Move this connection point to here. Get rid of this stop. Get rid of this stop. This guy is going to go up and... I was like, didn't I place another stop over there? I did. Over to there. And then this is also going to connect up into here, right there. Perfect. Then it's going to come back out and go down. So you're connected up. You're connected, you're connected. Fantastic. So I think that it just cleans up the Belmont connection a bit and connects it into a much denser terminal there. And I'm also realizing if I scroll over here, there could be benefit to a small bus depot over here somewhere. Exactly where, I'm not sure yet, but it's something we could consider. I could see a benefit to having a line that connects into this point, but instead of following all these other lines that are coming from this direction, from this left side, I think it goes to the right. It'll come out, it'll pass the train station, it will go around this way and come, I think, down Lake Street. Straight on down Lake Street. Or we have two. We have one that comes down Conrad Street, turning around here next to our large high school and our sports stadium. And then we have one that comes down High Street, which is one of our main roads, and is able to come in here and connect into this red line we already have. I also want to just highlight, we have got clouds. That's a cloud. Look at the clouds. There are clouds. Holy cow. This is what a better graphics card does for you. We've got clouds. And they're casting shadows. Look at the water. Man. Even a nice little reflection. I turned on some stuff. I'm still messing with it, so it might change. But so far, so cool. Okay. Let's just do it. Let's just see what happens here. I do like the idea of having something come down here. Here's a question for the comments. You tell me what you think. If I do a line along this road, can't remember what that was called, and then we do one around here, which is High Street, does it benefit us to do one over here? I mean, this is only 1, 2, 3 blocks. And since we're stuck with a train line here, I think you could just walk over to High Street and use that. I think. Okay, I think that's what we're going to do. So this is going to come out of here. It's going to be 2 more lines connected to this. Yeah, 2 more lines connected to this. You're going to come out of here. You're going to curve right up this way. I think you're going to stop here. You're going to rotate around. You're also going to stop right here, right in the middle. Yeah, right there. You're close to the entrance, but I don't want to block this pathway. I want to keep access to that. And then this is going to come... Oh, but this is a 2-lane road. Do I take it down this road? And that's what we do. You're going to go here. You're then going to turn. Pretty heavy turn. You're going to skip this little section here, but you're going to come onto this lane, and you're going to stop right here. This is going to give you access to walk across the street and jump on another line. You're going to come straight on down to here. Again, walk across the street, jump on another line. You're going to come straight on down, and you're going to go, I think, to here. That gives you access right in front of the university. We're going to make this turn, and you are going to stop right here. So you're getting access to basically a parking lot. You're getting access to a college, and you're getting access to a football stadium. You're going to come a bit further down. You're going to stop here as well. This is pretty close to a small clinic we have. There's also an elementary school somewhere over here, so that's a perfect spot. And then I think you're going to connect to this line, to this line. You're going to loop yourself back around here. We're going to connect here and here. Then you're going to turn right back around, and you're going to stop right here. You're going to stop right here. You're going to stop right here. You'll stop. I want you to stop here in the middle because there's 2 pedestrian roads on both sides. So I think that's great. I don't know why every time I build a bus stop, it destroys that building. That's fine. You're going to continue straight along. You're going to stop. You'll stop right here. Come up and around. You are going to stop in front of the bus station, but I think train station. But I think first I'll have you stop here, and then you're going to stop further along this train station to also satisfy this stop. So you're kind of serving both. Then you'll come on in. Let's go ahead and make that happen. All right. Nope, not orange. This one is going to be... Wouldn't mind a fun little purple color. You're going to go from here, and you're ultimately going to be connecting up to basically like this stop, and then you're going to go back. Bam. But this is going to be very altered. So you're going to go from here to here. Then you're going to come over to here. On the way back, this is stopping here and stopping here. So we can kind of do both at once. Perfect. Now we've reoriented it. This is then going to come down to here, which is then going to go down to here, which is then going to go... Oh, wait. You know what? I think I'm making some crazy moves here. It's doing a bunch here, which we don't necessarily want it to do that. If it's coming back up, it needs to go here, here, here. And then like this needs to go here, and this one needs to go here. There we go. I think that's helping reorient this some. Remove these stops. Just for a moment. Just remove these for a brief moment. Because I see that we're doubling up here, which is not what we want to do. This then goes to here. This then goes to here. This is going to be here. This is going to be here. There we go. In and out. Yes. Okay, now we have fixed that. All right, so we've got these two connected. We've got these two connected. These two are connected. You're going to connect here. You're going to connect here. You guys are actually going to go a bit further straight before you start doing your other connection. And then you're going to make this turn and connect here, as well as here, sharing that stop. Then on the way back up, you're going to go there, there. All right. That's perfect. So that, I think, satisfies a whole other section of the city. But then I think we need one going through the downtown. There's a traffic accident. That's okay. How generally is the traffic here? Pretty good. We've got some parking. Efficiency 113, 28 employees, 56 comfort, 37 passengers waiting. Some relative noise pollution, but it's a bus stop. It's going to happen. And if you zoom in, we've got just people showing up and they're waiting for their bus, getting ready to go. I love it. Can we provide any upgrades here? What is this? Electric bus recharging station. I have not used electric buses. I'm so sorry, but I just haven't. A built-in taxi stop. That I would not mind. It's going to get rid of some of the parking, but I think that would benefit us a lot. And then extra platforms. This gets rid of this extra parking. I don't think we need it just yet. We might in the future, but for now, I'm happy with what we have. The last line that is also going to connect into here. We're going to share these at least 3 bus stops here. We're in front of a train. We want to give that extra capacity there. It's then going to extend further. So this is going to come down. If we're here, we'll say 1, 2. We'll stop right here in front of this park. And we're also in front of some offices, which is fantastic. You're going to make this curve here. We're going to skip this station, this intersection, because you're coming right off this highway connection, and I want to make sure you have enough room for all the traffic to kind of spread out once they get off, right? But we're going to start right here. We're across the street from an elementary school. Come down 1. Come down 2. You're going to stop here. You're across the street from the college, as well as a... What is this? Parking lot? Great. Nailed it. Come down here. 1, 2. You're stopping here. You're next to a subway station, as well as able to switch over, I believe, to the Belmont Crestview line. Come down another 2 or so. Do I want to go here and one more? I think I do. We'll stop here. We'll stop here. At this point, you're going to cross the street. I think we just take this down. We stop here, knowing we're going to turn around here. We come back up. We stop right here before we get to the main road. Kind of services that stop as well. For here, we'd go 1, 2. I think we'd put this here so that we're right in the center of all of these other stations we have. Other stops. This is close enough of a walk. You can get to the subway. We'll come up here, and now we're going to start doing kind of the mirror. So we'll have 1 here mirroring that stop. We'll have 1 here mirroring this stop. Here we're going to turn. We'll have 1 here. And then we'll come back around and we will connect into that stop there. I think we're going to give you 1 more. Right here. There's a set of pathways here that the folks can walk back and forth from. So I think that's valuable. Okay. Let's do this. Let's go from this stop Actually, no. Let's do it the right way. First of all, change this color. We need something totally different. We could really benefit from like a green, I think. Like we just need to get a different color in here. So let's go ahead and go from this stop here. You're essentially going to come all the way over. You're going to stop here. And then you're going to reconnect back up. There. Close that loop. Now, let's start editing this guy. So on the way back, you're going to be stopping here. Then you're going to stop here. You are going to stop here. And we're just going to slowly work our way back up. This is probably a pointless stop since there's a stop here. So I am going just to delete that stop entirely. I don't think it's necessary. This is a stop. So that's just like too close. This makes sense to me. That just did not. Okay, so now we need to name these guys. We have this purple line. That purple line, I believe, goes down. Wait, we have a Lake Street here and a Lake Street here. Oh, that will just not work. Lake. All right. Pond. There we go. And then we have High. All right, so Lake Street is the one, and I believe High Street is the other. Let's go back to transportation. Let's go to bus transportation. This guy here, the purple, this is Lake Street line, and the green is High Street line. All right, let's get a little look here. So our Sunset Springs line, the first one we built here, this blue guy, 20% usage, phenomenal. I think that's great. The Summit Street line, 51 uses, 204 passengers. That's insane. The Riverside connection, we did not make any edits to that. I think we're going to leave that alone for now. Linden Crest is the new line that goes down into Linden, which is great. And it's got 6% usage. There's not a lot of people living here, so that's okay. But I do like that in the center of the city, we've got multiple roads that can take you left, right, and center, which is great. We don't really solve for kind of this corridor too well. Although I guess you could take the Linden line and go up and down, cross over, and switch on to the Sunset Springs line, and then go this way. So I guess we maybe do. It's not too bad. Lake Street line, 122 people already, 38% usage. That's awesome. We might be out of buses, so I need to go look at that. Hawthorne Heights line, we've got 73 people. We didn't really make a change to that. We just deleted the reverse version of that. I think we're going to have to come back and address this in the future. And then the Belmont connection, 424. But again, like 100, 200, 100, 100, 400. We're really starting, I think, to get a better handle on our buses. Now, do I even have enough buses? How do I see how many buses I'm using? Like if I click on this guy, do you have enough buses? 37 of 45. All right, I guess you do. Great. No traffic issues yet. And I do just want to scroll in here. You're starting off a new line, so I do recognize there's going to be a lot going on here. I think we need to make a little bit of an upgrade here, in that this area should be pretty bus focused. A double public transport lane, 2 road lanes going in opposite directions, dedicated to public transport, emergency vehicles, and turning traffic can be added to existing roads with the replace tool mode. So we could place this here and remove the access for cars. That would force cars onto this higher capacity road and then this road over here, which already sees some traffic. I don't know if I love that, but I'm noticing we're getting a bit of a backup there. Or alternatively, we could add in a bus lane, but I think I want a bus lane on both sides. We have office demand and we have residential demand. So we could consider doing something a bit crazy. I think we upgrade this road into an avenue. What's in the way? A little park. I know it's going to remove a lot of skyscrapers. Again, though, like we're going to rebuild right away. I don't think we have a problem with that. So now this is a 4-lane avenue, which I think is much better. We get in here and we give dedicated bus lanes on both sides because the buses predominantly need to use this area. This has a set of traffic lights, autosave, which I think is just causing a bit of this backup. Let's see what happens if we just sit here for a second and let it run. All right, all of our buses just despawned because they couldn't get out, which that's not great because that means now what? That all of them are going to be coming back out of this area? Like what happened to them? Yeah, they're all going to have to respawn because they got stuck. So that's not a good sign. So let's reevaluate this. Maybe it's just because we added that new line, we had to let it get a little crazy here. I mean, this also has a ton of passengers waiting for their buses. I do wonder if we go one step crazier and we upgrade this to a 6-lane road. We have so many buses utilizing this space that might be valuable. And what I really need is I need the passengers to go a different direction. So let's do this. Let's add in, can I put a crosswalk in the center of this? I don't know if I can. Because like we're already starting to see that back up again. I think here's what we can do. Let's do it this way. Let's start here. Remove parking from these roads and make that. There we go. I like that already better because now there's not parking along that street at all. I don't think there should frankly be parking along this road either because we have so many people trying to get to and from in this area. Give it trees and grass, make it look nice, but that wasn't going to work otherwise. There's still going to be a ton of people crossing in and out, but I think this gives us a bit better opportunity for people to move. A post van's doing an illegal U-turn. All right, you know what? Maybe it is doing fine. It might be doing fine. I don't know what they're doing in there, but... Okay, we're going to leave it be. The one thing we do need before we wrap this up, I know it's a lot of buses today, but it's just we needed it. Let's go ahead and build a bus depot somewhere over here to service this area. I wouldn't mind having it maybe, we can do it right along this road, it's fine with me. Or, what does our hills look like? Not bad. Could do it along here. Another Lake Street, that's a little ridiculous. All right, we'll do it this way because it doesn't have to, we don't have to anarchy it in. And I'm realizing that over time, repeated anarchying of things does kind of screw the pooch a bit. Okay, we have a ton of folk who walk along this road. Let's see if we can see a horde of them. Anywhere? Yep, there's a bunch here. Trying to get into the downtown. Ton of people here. Ton of people waiting here for the train, I guess. So I will say, I think we need to go from 2 vehicles to 3. Let's see if we can just bolster that a little bit. Can this be upgraded with a taxi stop? It cannot. Not a problem. But let's go ahead and do a little bit of a bus route here. So we need one right here in front of the train station for sure. I think that this is going to then take you up and over this way. So you're going to stop. You know, let's do it like this. Let's do one that stops in front of the cemetery. Go over 2 blocks, stop in front of the high school. Go From here, go 2 blocks this way and stop right here, and then go 2 blocks this way and stop in the middle of these 2 roads for now. At that point, we'll turn back around and we'll come back down. We'll stop there. We'll stop here. Stop here. Come on down this way, stop here. And we'll have the opposing side as well. And then I also want to have another line that comes up this direction and goes this way. So we'll stop here inside this curve. Then we'll come up here and stop here. Stop here. Stop here. And maybe we'll stop over here before looping back around and going the other direction. Skip that one for now. Stop here. Put that together there. Okay, great. So we're going to go from here all the way up to here, all the way back. And it's going to do it like this. So you're going to stop there. It's a little bit of a crazy turn, but that's going to be just fine. Stop this guy on this side. Stop this guy on this side. Bam. Bam. Can we get that? Oh, it's into that. Oh, perfect. All right, and let's do one more. We're just going to make this a random color. Go from here up to here, up to there, there, there. Loop back around. Okay. This is perfect. And then we'll reassess this in the next part and just kind of see how is this working? Is it doing what we need it to do, etc. But I think that is the end of our bus line overhaul. So we'll see what happens over here in Fawn. I think it's going to be useful. You know what? I probably need one that goes here as well. All right. That's another part. But guys, I think that's where we're going to leave this part here. Let's just zoom in real quick this area. It looks like I think it was caused by the beginning of 2 new lines. It does seem like we're getting a bit more consistent with the movement here, which is exactly what we want. And all around, lots of passengers here. Let's give a name to these 2 Fawn Street lines, and then that's where we're going to call it for the day. So the one line, the green line, is going along Lafayette Street, and the other one is going along Wood Street. Perfect. This guy here, this is the Lafayette line, and this is the Wood Street line. Perfect. All right. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. I hope you enjoyed this part here. I know it's a lot of train work or a lot of bus work, but sometimes it's just easy to sit down and knock it all out at once. Let me know what you think about, do we need another bus line along this train edge here? I don't know if we do. Maybe we do. And if you have any ideas about some of these other areas, I didn't really look at the suburbs much, but I think we did a really good job just kind of revamping the city line, connecting it into already existing transportation infrastructure, which is great. And it looks like all the stuff we deleted is already rebuilt, so happy with that. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.